freezing mist. Good girl, sweetie. I got it. I got it. It worked. Only had two very minor. When I went down the path, I got to the end and I lifted the plow and I heard a loud clunk, and then the plow wasn't coming up or down. I've broken the strap, which I'm expecting to happen. That's why I've got a new one. For some reason, the hook had gotten unhooked from the plow, and it had rewound into the winch as far as it could go. It was jammed in there. So I just reversed it, took some tension off it, and pulled it out. It came right away. I rehooked it up, and away we went. The other one was the turning of the plow is really balky, and it's like the holes that the thing goes into are not aligned. Turn the plow back and forth and pushing on that rod to get it to go in, it wouldn't go in. But finally jockeying the plow up and down a little bit as I moved it, then it went in. That's something I got to address.
Oh. Toy for you?
Sit. Stay. Okay. All right. Come here. Come here. Give. tug and squeak fun. Go back. Okay. So I'm going to save this for another day. It's a shame, really, that Amazon is competing so difficultly for, like, my local pet store. They carry toys, but only one of them I bought was a Kong fetching that foam like a fetch toy. Everything else they've got just isn't attractive to me. It's too bad because they've got a whole aisle of toys. How can they compete with Amazon? Nobody can, because you got the whole world of products at your fingertips. So it's a love-hate relationship, and they bring it right to my front door and my back door. Go to Otter Pond. Well, this is interesting. My guess is that this is all kicked up from deer looking for acorns. This is an oak tree. We just had some fun, Insley and me. Our habit is she sits on the lower landing of the loft, stairs. I dish up her food, and I go over, I get my pill minder, and when I shake it, that's her signal, okay. Well, she jumps the gun every so often, and I've been aware of it this evening. Before I shook it, she was already headed down, and I yelled, no. Well, she stopped, but her momentum kept her going, and her front paw went into the dish and flipped it over, scattering all the food all around. Okay, well, I just proceeded to go back and sit, so she did. And she watched me while I picked up hundreds of pellets of food and put them back in her dish. And then, okay, went over and shook the pill minder. And she came down and then looked at me like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I said, "Okay, it's all right." So she went and ate. Well, she's used to picking up the excess pieces that I put around. Doggy treats for the doggy. That's been a thing we've been doing for months. And as I was gathering up all the food, later I thought I should have just left them all out. I said, "Okay, and eat to your heart's content." When she was finished with the food in the bowl, then she began going after whatever I have missed, picking them up and put them back in the bowl. And she was at that for 5 minutes, just around and around back there, sniffing out any morsels that I had missed. Then she disappeared. I didn't pay much attention. I figured she was up in the loft. I thought, well, maybe she went down the basement, which she does occasionally in the dark. And I thought, maybe she went down the steps because her food dish and the scatterings would have landed right downstairs, the basement, at the end of the stairs, just before they hit the floor in the basement. No, I cast that off. Well, I thought about it more for a minute. I thought, I gotta see where she is. Turned on the light. There she is at the foot of the steps in the basement, searching out more food. She put together that directly above was where any food, if they had cascaded, because this house is unfinished, the stairway is somewhat open going up to the loft. But she put two and two together. She was down there for 5 minutes, scouring and sniffing out any. She must have found one or two because that kept her going. Smart dog. Oh my God. She disappeared again. I wonder if she did go back down there again. Second trip. Yeah. She is. When I first came down here, she was right in here sniffing, and there's got to be more food. As I was picking up all the dog food that was scattered around, I thought, well, why didn't I just let her eat that? I didn't need to pick it all up. She certainly would have found it all. And I thought, well, maybe that's the way I should feed her once a week or so. Just come into the living room, dump her 1 cup measure of food out in the floor, let it just scatter around. It'd be fun for her and for me. I was just watching a crow flying over. Single guy. I thought, he doesn't live in a digital world. Nothing has changed for them. The way we have had our whole existence changed completely in the digital world from the last 25 to 30 years. But the wildlife doesn't do digital or AI. They're still living just fine. I've been reading a New Yorker article about beekeeping. And the die-offs of bees. And I'm reading along, and they are talking with beekeepers and researchers, scientists, and it's no wonder the bees are dying off. Humans are meddling and giving them ways of life and hives that are completely antithesis of what the bees, the honeybees, need. And the humans think, well, yeah, we know better. We're going to improve things. And the bees get a mite or a virus, which has been the big deal. And the humans are trying to prevent that from happening. And they should leave damn well enough alone. There are sometimes colonies need to swarm, it's called. And that effectively kills off the hive. But they're doing it because they have to do it. It's a warning. You lose that hive, those thousands of bees, but that then protects the other bees in the area. And one of the things they were talking about were the hive constructions, the designs of hives with the flat removable panels inside. That's completely not what bees need. It's not winter friendly. And in the natural world, they would find a hive inside a hollow tree where it's well protected against elements, the wind, which is a major problem for them. Just once again, I thought, yeah, here we are. Humans are destroying a natural cycle and a natural way of life for the bees, thinking they're doing it. They are taking all the honey. Oh, they got to leave a lot of the honey, if not all of the honey, in some cases. The bees need it, and we're taking it away.